We did it, boys. We did it. It's been 1 year since Mario Kart World has been officially released and launched with the Switch 2. And for you guys who don't know, I actually never owned a Switch 2 until recently. About a month ago, I did get a Switch 2 for the first time, just without the Mario Kart bundle, only the regular Switch 2, and I gotta say it's probably one of the best consoles I've ever gotten. And I guess unfortunately, I looked around everywhere for the Mario Kart bundle. I looked at my Walmart, Target, GameStop, everywhere, and they did not have the whole Switch 2 bundle with Mario Kart World because I just did not want to spend $80 on this game. But I unfortunately spent $80 on the game, and well, let's talk about it. Now before anything, I do want to state that once again, I've only had this game for about 3 weeks to possibly about a month now. Once again, this is just my own personal experience and opinion on the game, even though I've had it for a very short amount of time. So yeah, Mario Kart World was once one of the most anticipated games to release with the Switch 2, and well, many people were very excited when they saw trailers, especially when the Switch 2 was first revealed. I can't even lie to you, I do have to say that the child inside of me, because I did grow up with Nintendo consoles, especially when it came to the Wii, was really excited. So then boom, the big day was here. The Switch 2 was officially going to launch with Mario Kart World. Now once again, there was two versions of this. You can get a bundled Switch 2 for $500, and that came with Mario Kart World, or you can just get the regular basic Switch 2, just basically the console, for $450. So there I was, I really wanted to get the Switch 2, but at the same time I was like, I'm broke, I have no money, and I'm just not a huge fan of what Nintendo is doing with $80 Mario Kart and a bunch of other different business practices they were doing with the whole Switch 2 thing. Fast forward to 2026 and I finally have the Switch 2 and I got Mario Kart World, and I have to say it's been a total blast ever since I started playing the game. Let's start off with the characters. Many people were very excited for one specific character, and it was the cow. They really had a cow out here making headlines, and it was one of the most popular characters to release with the game. So yeah, we were presented to a bunch of new characters that we possibly never even thought would make it to a Mario Kart game, and well, they're here. The funny part is, I still have yet to unlock all these different outfits for these characters just because they're kind of annoying and kind of tedious if you ask me, because it all depends on RNG and luck. And yes, you do get some characters unlocked while you do the Grand Prix. The only reason I say it has to do with RNG and luck is because whenever you have to go to Yoshi's little restaurant place, which, you know, shout out to my homie Yoshi, he gives you a little lunchbox or something like that where you can eat, and you can get a new outfit for that specific character you're playing as. It was a little cool idea that they added into the game, and I personally really like it, but at the same time it's a little bit tedious because I do get the same outfit pretty much in every single match, which leads me to not getting any new outfits for another character. So yeah, in terms of characters, you're probably never going to get bored of choosing whoever you want to choose because you're probably going to see the entire Mario cast, even though there's a few characters that still have yet to be in the game, and I'm surprised they haven't made it into the base game, so hopefully they come as DLC, Nintendo. Now heading over to the Grand Prix side of things, I do have to say that once again many people do hate the fact that 200cc is not in the game, and I fully understand them. 200cc in this game would be a whole total chaos party. And although we haven't gotten 200cc yet in the game, and hopefully they do implement it soon, I do gotta say that 150cc is actually still pretty challenging, but once again that could just be me and I could just suck at the game. Because while doing the Grand Prix, even the whole challenger character you're trying to unlock, which could either be Bowser Jr., Daisy, all those other characters, were still trying to beat me going to first place. I guess a good thing about the Grand Prix was even if you wanted to get the unlockable character, you did not have to get first place. It was not mandatory, so even if you got like second or third, you would still be able to unlock the character, so that's actually pretty nice of Nintendo, so thank you once again. So yeah, even if we didn't have 200cc, I still found the game to be a little bit challenging, and I still had a blast playing at 150cc even with the CPUs. But oh boy, I actually had a little bit of issues with the actual track and level design of the game. They felt too linear at times, and I hated that. And while yes, there were different areas or even tracks that felt more engaging, I actually had a blast with those, but most of the time, or even majority of the time, I would just be going in a straight line and it felt pretty boring. And yes, I know many people have been stating this since the game first released and launched. Many people have stated that the game felt way too linear and there was like pretty much just no chaos or anything like that. You would just go in a straight line and that's pretty much it. And what sucks is that a track could start off really chaotic and really like fun, but then there's going to be this one section or portion of the map that feels really linear. So yeah, that's pretty much my only complaint with the game, was that some tracks, especially when I played Grand Prix, felt way too linear and just there was nothing else to do. But going on to the actual different modes of the game, we actually had a brand new one, and this is possibly my favorite one so far, Knockout Tour. Buddy, I kid you not, this is my most played mode in the game. I just find it to be the most fun thing that they could have possibly added into this game. So yeah, this is a 24 racer Mario Kart Battle Royale game, which sounds pretty crazy when I say it like that. I guess the hype thing about this is that you always have to make sure you're always there on top of your game because you don't want to get eliminated. I personally just find it to be very chaotic and very fun, so that's just my personal opinion. This is my favorite mode, and I think this is probably the most played mode in Mario Kart World, so, you know, good job, Nintendo. Now moving on to the actual battle modes in the game, we do have Balloon Battle, Coin Runners, and Bomb on Blast, but as you guys know, Balloon Battle and Coin Runners were the only two available battle modes when the game first released, but then Bomb on Blast recently was added, and I gotta say, this is probably my least played mode in the game, and I probably only touched it once or twice, and I wanted to play every single one of these modes, but the thing that sucks is that they just feel very underwhelming. Now hopefully in a future update we can get Renegade Rounder from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because I personally love that game, and I personally think that's the best game mode we've gotten in a very long time. And even then, many people have stated that they really just don't like the battle mode in Mario Kart World, and honestly I can see it, it just feels very underwhelming in a way. But going back to a positive side of things, I actually have to talk about the actual character animations and the way how they look. I love every single character model in the game. Everything just looks super colorful, super polished, and the game overall looks extremely beautiful and creative. I do have to say that every character feels unique to their own specific character, and that the game looks very visually pleasing, and I love the art direction they took for this game. The scenery in the game just looks absolutely incredible, looks extremely beautiful, and just looks extremely well polished. And I personally think free roam is what makes the whole game stand out even more, like in terms of its scenery and the way how everything looks. Like the water looks great, the desert looks great, the whole sun and everything just looks extremely well made and beautiful. It's like you can take the time to soak everything in, and I really do appreciate that about this game. Yeah, free roam. I'm not even gonna lie. This is also another mode in general that I just don't play in the game. I think the only mode I play is Knockout Tour, and of course some of the Grand Prix, but besides that, free roam just feels extremely boring, even though I still have to do a bunch of missions in it as well. And I do have to give them credit, they did try with this game, because they didn't want to take an open world approach with this game, but at the same time, it just feels extremely empty at times. And from what I've heard from a couple friends that do have the game, they said that once they complete every single mission in the free roam area, they pretty much have nothing else to do and they would just play Knockout Tour or some other game modes. So I can't really say anything about free roam besides me just soaking everything in and just pretty much unlocking characters. I just am not a fan of it. But yeah, that's just my take on it. Once again, you are free to disagree with me in the comments down below. But moving on to the OST and soundtrack of the game. But yeah, in my honest opinion, I love this OST. It kind of gives me like this westernized type of vibe with other different type of remixes, but at the same time, it just feels kind of organic and original to the Mario Kart series. I don't really know what to say about the soundtrack except that it's really peak, and I just personally love it as well. So, I mean, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I personally just wanted to say about the game, especially just only 1 month after. But I do think that this game is actually very good and very well made, extremely polished, and I do understand that many people may not like it and it may not be their cup of tea, but I do think that Nintendo poured their heart and soul into the game, but it just wasn't all the way there. The game feels good in a way, but at the same time it feels kind of empty, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Especially when it comes to DLC. That's one of the biggest things that many people have been asking and begging Nintendo for, especially after that recent Nintendo Direct. We have not seen any Mario Kart World updates or DLC. Now once again, this is my personal opinion. I think the game is good, it does have its flaws, but with DLC, I think it should make up for what it's pretty much missing and what many people actually wanted in the base game. Especially because I know many people want new characters, and I know the biggest one is Diddy Kong, and hopefully they add him and some of the Koopalings as well. So yeah, if I did have to rate Mario Kart World, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. The game is really good, the game is really addicting, at least for my personal interest and enjoyment, but at the same time, it does have flaws. It feels extremely linear at times, especially when it comes to specific portions of the map, but overall, I do enjoy the game. Now, I personally think in the future, I do see this game being named underrated, but just not right now because many people just don't know how to feel with the game with no DLC, no constant updates. So let's just see where the game is in the next couple of years, and hopefully they do give us the updates and DLC that many people have been begging and asking for. So yeah, I just wanted to share my final thoughts of Mario Kart World because I am currently playing the game. I'm very much addicted to it. I really enjoy it, but I have a feeling that Nintendo will shadow drop some sort of trailer. If not, we would have to wait for the next Nintendo Direct. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. And if you guys do play Mario Kart World, let me know in the comments down below. How do you guys feel about the game currently, and where do you see this game be in the next couple of years? And in case you guys want to add me on Nintendo Switch, I'll leave my friend code down in the description below, so feel free to do that. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. For now, stay safe, take care, and peace.